my dear coUntess, it is a long time since I have sent you news of myself, but I do not think you will have thought it possible that I was dead. Death is only for common people. It is a fact, nevertheless, that I am no longer on Earth. Where I am, I have only discovered a very short time ago. For we are both of the opinion that if one can measure what one is talking about and express it in numbers, which constitutes the sole reality, then one has some command of one's object. Now, up to this moment, I knew myself to be where then on Earth, in the same way that I know that concrete is replaced as spirit in the functions of weakness, and less respectfully than the ziricorn as spirit, than the rhinestone, than the posterior mineral pasties of ass face carnage, and their 32 skin fields more in number than his teeth, if one accounts the intelligible teeth, than the writing of Ezra Pound. But was I where by measure of occasion or of condition before, or to the side after, or near, or I was in that place where one found oneself after having left time and space, the absolute infinite desire. It was reasonable that having misplaced my books, my Hindenburg of soap paper, the Society of Ass Face Carnage and Mr. Silver is or Panda Mute, while if my senses the earth and those two old cretin particulars of thought, I should suffer the same deadly eyes outline as I left over module some fractions of an inch away from the others in the Mongolian empty liam of Miss Er's taught empty war. And even then, perhaps the module knows that it is some fractions of an inch away. For one single fraction of an inch, the only sure sign for me body of space being memorable and a means of measuring, and for the mean star second by measure of which the part of my earthly body heat. For these things I would have given my soul in the face of the practical use to me of this commerce in communicating these curious words to you. The body is a more necessary carriage, because it's wearing one's old rags, and through those rags, one's hiding place. I had left in one of my hiding places by mistake my inch, a true copy in gold of the normal size, more suitable for carrying than the earth, or even the larger earthly area which permits the marching and post-living souls of the disembodied intelligence to think no further of this old world, nor even with seconds as for as operations of size proceedeth, thanks to Miss changes and delay blame. As for my mean star second, were I to have remained on the earth, I still could not have been certain of having retained it carefully, and of being able to measure time perfectly through its organ. If in the course of a few thousand years I have not finished my pataphysical business, it is certain that the times of the Earth's rotation around its vertical line and of its equinox from the present will both be very different from what they are now. A good timepiece which I would have had running all this time would have cost you an exceedingly great price, and in any case I do not perform lay experiments, have nothing but disgust for continuous movement, and think it more beautiful to keep time itself in my hiding place, for the cock-o of time, which is its snaps shotgun. Following this logic, I owned a pinhead more perfect in credibility and for absolute precision than the antennae of a timepiece, one whose quivering reflex would have retained the same precision over a certain number of thousand years, with a terror of less than 1 to 1,000, a sound tool. Its time had been carefully determined before I took off in the Hindenburg according to your introductions by our Countess Marjorie Herlock. By measure of mean star seconds, with the mandibles of the sound tool being disappointed by succession up, word down, word, and toward the sky line, in order to cancel the least effect of earthly consequence. I no longer had even sound fuck. Picture the ected feelings of a man outside time and space who has misplaced his timepiece and his measure Labolier and his sound fuck. I believe that it is indeed this state which constitutes death. But I suddenly remember ected your operations and my own early experiments. Since I was simply nowhere or somewhere, which is the same thing, I found a substance with which to make a piece of glass. Having met various ghosts, counting invisible and invincible upon who was first to line up the particular waves of movement in one continuous spread wet oil. What you call tiny impractical things or elements, a substance as commonplace as one could desire in the shape of cybersuds of steel. I have cut the lines and given fire to the two cancels, though be it with a little time and meticulousness. Having had to work without even the help of a spark tool, I have seen the two series of lights, and the yellow series has given my inch to me by means of the figure 5.892 times 10 to the contrary 5.5 secs. Now that we are delighted and concupiscent and waterless Newfoundland, as is my ancient inhabitant, since I bear on me body the 1,000,000 azeth part of a fourth of the earthly circumstances, which is more memorable than being transfixed to the surface of the analogies by metonymy, permits me, I praying, two notes, a few swing, Prussia for you. The infinite disappears to me in the image of a motionless weather, which thus is luminous for us. I would explains luminous for us, whether as personally able to move and deadly, and I reason from hairs taught all semiotext on the heavens, that it is a property to write, whether reality, luminous for us, whether together with all particular matter which I can easily tell apart. Me body of stars having good paddle physical eyes takes the form at first glance of a system of stiff joints connected together and having rapidly churning fly eelings in rotation around some of the joints. Thus, it fully fills exactly perfect meticulousness worked out by Nam June Pike, Fu Manchu, and Miss Clutwell. Furthermore, it constitutes a practical thing, effect that executing the magical rotation of the plane of polytrization of light discovered by the flash-eyed mother. At my after-death pleasure, I shall arrange it to have no moment of power as a whole and to diminish it to the state of a merely ping-pong language. Moreover, I am of the opinion that one could diminish plenty the complicity of this ping-pong language, or this luminous for us, whether by substitute g for the transfixed orgy state various structures of motion, of cupids of infinite size, through operations in absolutely tiny pinheads. It will lose none of its property due to these changes, whether has always disappeared to me to this long hand to be as impractical as jellyfish and giving way under paddling like American. Sure.